This video came from a collection of 8mm videos I inherited from my father, Jack Modawell. This particular video was recorded about 1.5 years before I was born. My name is Calvin Modawell. I presume this get-together was because little Johnny's family came into town from California. Besides Johnny's family, most everyone else lived nearby. Johnny was the son of Gladys Modawell, who married Joseph Guerrera. His mother died shortly after giving birth. The Guerrera's grandfather was from Switzerland. Even though you see Johnny's father's second family, Johnny was actually raised by his Uncle Richard and Aunt Emma Guerrera Canfield. You didn't have a family gathering without the grandparents there. My grandfather died before I was born, so I don't know what I would have called him. But my grandmother was my mama. William Edward was born in 1877 and Maude was born in 1887. Horse and wagon was the common mode of transportation. I don't think the family owned an automobile till the late 30s or 40s. My dad would tell me stories of driving the family tractor back and forth to town. William was 16 when his father passed away. He was the oldest child. For the next few years he worked as a farmhand to support the family. They lived in Rockwell County near Dallas-Fort Worth. When he left home to seek his fortune, he moved to Coleman County. When William would venture into town, he would pass the Wester home. Maude would always make sure she was out front when William passed. William was a pretty quiet fellow, and eventually Maude convinced him to marry her. They married in 1905. William went over to a place called Goose Bus, which was somewhere near Coleman, and he bought a small farm on a handshake and a promise to make payments. It worried him with the amount of money he owed and the length of time it had taken to pay it back. He thought he would never get it paid back. After a year, he turned the farm back into his creditor, and he found a place to rent just northwest of Santa Ana, Texas, and farmed it for 40 years. Among the crops and the cattle, they also raised 12 children on that farm. Having a large family made for cheap farmhands. They raised several different crops, including cotton, corn, and maize, and had a few head of cattle. Whenever the parents would go to town, the boys would corral up the livestock and have a rodeo. Aunt Mary told me she really hated farming. When everyone left to work on the farm, she would stay at the house and cook the meals. When it was time to eat, she would ring the triangle dinner bell on the porch to call everyone in. Of the 5 sons, 4 of the sons left farming to start careers with the Santa Fe Railroad in Brownwood, Texas. And the 5th son chose a career in the Air Force after serving in the Korean War. In the early 1950s, William and Maude retired from farming and moved into Sunset Terrace Apartments in Brownwood, Texas. William passed away in 1957. Maude stayed at Sunset Terrace Apartments until moving into a retirement home in the early 70s.